Radio static, thunderous crowds, printing presses slamming, a low, ominous hum. They didn't take control with guns. They used words, images, stories, lies. In Nazi Germany, 80 million people followed a single narrative: that Jews were monsters, that war was glorious, that Hitler was divine. This is how propaganda works, how minds are shaped, and how entire nations can be controlled. Imagine waking up one day and your entire country believes a lie. Not because the people are foolish, but because every source of information tells them the same thing. Radio, newspapers, films, schools, churches, all synchronized, all speaking with one voice. This was Nazi Germany under Joseph Goebbels, the minister of propaganda, a man who understood something terrifying. If you tell a lie big enough and keep repeating it, people will eventually come to believe it. And millions did. They followed. They obeyed. They killed. Not because they were born evil, but because they were convinced they were doing the right thing. Cold, mechanical ambience. Goebbels built the most complete propaganda machine the world had ever seen. Radio, the Volksempfänger. A cheap people's radio placed in almost every home, but it had one trick. It could only receive German stations, only Nazi-approved voices. Hitler's speeches played live everywhere, in living rooms, schools, factories, shops. You didn't have a choice. You listened. Newspapers. Independent papers shut down. Journalists who resisted, arrested, or worse. Every headline passed through the Ministry of Propaganda. Films. Every movie carried a message. Sometimes subtle, sometimes blunt. Aryan heroes, Jewish villains, even children's films taught racism and loyalty to Hitler. Education curriculum rewritten, history distorted, science manipulated. Children grew up believing Germans were superior, Jews were subhuman, and war was noble. By age 10, the ideology was already inside them. Goebbels didn't rely on luck. He used psychological weapons, precise and devastating. 1. Repetition. The same message everywhere, every day. Jews are the enemy. Repeat it long enough, it becomes truth. 2. Emotional manipulation. Don't argue with logic. Trigger fear, trigger pride, trigger anger. Germany has been humiliated. The Jews did this. We must fight back. Emotion shuts down rational thought. 3. Scapegoating. Blame one group for everything. Economic problems, Jews. Losing World War I, Jews. Unemployment, Jews. Give people an enemy and they will unite against it. 4. Us versus them. No middle ground. You're either with us or you're a traitor. Division makes control easier. 5. Information control. Block foreign news, ban criticism, destroy alternative viewpoints. If one message is all you hear, you think it's the only truth. 6. The big lie. Small lies are questioned. Big lies. They feel too huge to be fake. Jews are conspiring to destroy Germany. Absurd, but repeated enough to feel undeniable. Why did millions believe? Why did an entire nation fall under the spell? Desperation. Germany was suffering. Economic collapse. National humiliation. People needed hope and someone to blame. Hitler offered both. Social pressure. When your neighbors, friends, teachers, when everyone believes something, disagreeing feels impossible. Fear of isolation creates obedience, authority. Humans trust authority figures. When the government, schools, doctors, scientists all repeat the same message, most people accept it. Nazi propaganda weaponized authority, cognitive dissonance. Once you accept the lies, admitting the truth becomes painful. It's easier to keep believing than to admit you supported evil. And the scariest part? This wasn't unique to Nazi Germany. Every major nation used propaganda, including the Allies. Our soldiers are heroes. Theirs are monsters. Propaganda isn't a Nazi invention. It's a human tool, still used today. Static, overlapping voices, a cold silence. Propaganda was the deadliest weapon of World War II. It didn't pull a trigger, but it convinced millions to kill. Goebbels proved that if you control information, you control minds. And if you control minds, you control nations. Nazi Germany collapsed. Propaganda didn't. Governments use it. Companies use it. Algorithms use it. Every war, every election, every screen. The tools haven't changed, just the technology. Radio became the internet. Newspapers became social media. But the goal remains the same. Control the narrative. Control the people. Pause. So ask yourself, what messages are being repeated today, and who gains from them? Think critically. Question everything. Subscribe for more uncomfortable truths from World War II, because those who don't learn from history are controlled by those who do.